So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I want to check out Avenging Truth, which is a Silva and Aegis specific mod that's been added with the latest update. Now you should eventually be able to pick this up from the Arbiters of Hexes Syndicate, but right now you can buy it from Ergo Glass for 75 Animo Nav beacons. Now this mod is pretty straightforward. It simply stores 25% of all damage you block with the Silva and Aegis and adds it to your next charge attack. And as you can see over here, it can do a lot of damage. It only really works in the Simulacrum, and sometimes it bugs out so the charge attack doesn't do any damage whatsoever, but it can do a lot of damage. Here is a more realistic scenario. So I was trying to get some footage for the video, so I did Adaro on Sedna, which outside of like sorties and fissures is one of the highest level Grineer missions. And on top of that, I only used the block combo, so I was blocking throughout the entire mission. Suddenly, after killing 65 enemies, I run into the first napalm, and I'm like, ooh, time for a charge attack. And kablam! He didn't die. The effect is just disappointing. Most of the time you will spend the entire mission charging it up only for it to eventually do bugger all. It also doesn't work if you're playing Rhino and you have Iron Skin, or you're playing Frost with Icy Avalanche, just like the effect on Vacor Sidon. And while the damage is not lost if you simply miss your charge attack, you will lose the damage bonus if you either hit a corpse or, you know, a wall. Isn't that lovely? But you know, at least you can stack up a lot of damage. I almost got to 1 million before I derped out and died and almost ate my keyboard out of frustration. Rip damage. Now, since this is a mod from the Arbiters of Hexes, it also has the Truth effect, which once you got enough affinity will explode, hitting all enemies within 25 meters of you with 1000 gas damage, and affects them with a gas status effect, which causes a small AoE that inflicts all enemies caught within it with toxin. And as a secondary effect, it will heal you for 25% of your maximum health, which is really nice on a sword and board weapon, and it will boost your parkour maneuvers, which is not that useful, but it's alright, I guess. Now, the build I decided to use with this is using 11 Storm in the stun slot, and this is because of the block combo. It has a really nice block combo where you throw the shield forward so you have a little bit of range, and it's just really nice for damaging the enemies while also stacking the damage bonus for the charge attack because you are blocking during the combo. Then I have Prime Pressure Point for damage, Prime Fury for attack speed. I'm using normal reach because I don't really want to put more Forma into this, and without it, it has very short range. Then I'm using Avenging Truth, obviously. After that, I slapped on Drifting Contact, which adds a little bit of status chance and increases the combo duration by 10 seconds. Then I'm using Weeping Wounds, which is going to increase my status chance as I build up my combo counter, and Fever Strike with Virulent Scourge to get gas damage. And the idea of this build is to spread the damage of the charge attack, so as you're using the block combo, you will build up your combo counter, eventually hitting 100% status with Weeping Wounds, and at the same time you're also stacking the damage, so once you run into a group of difficult enemies, you can do one charge attack and the gas proc will kill all of them. But once again, even though it looks really nice in the Simulacrum, I mean, bloody hell, I just one-shot like 6 or 7 Corpus techs, it doesn't work anywhere near as good in normal missions. And even in the Simulacrum, it only really works versus Corpus and the Infested sometimes. I did a 10-minute Corpus sortie survival, and I was once again only using the block combo, and I think I ended up with something like 15,000 stored damage at the end. I think the problem here is that it looks at the damage you took after mitigation, which if it does is really bad because sword and shield weapons give you the biggest damage reduction when you're blocking, so you're actually not taking that much damage in the first place and you're only storing 25% of it. So for me personally, the only good thing about this mod is that it's cheap and it adds the Truth effect. That's pretty much it. I don't really like the unique damage stacking mechanic because it just doesn't do much. And I almost forgot, charge attacks with sword and board weapons are clunky and I don't like them because you can't charge it right away. You first have to swing the weapon and then you have to charge it up, then you have the charge up time, and then you have to swing it, which has very short range, and if you miss and hit a corpse or a wall, you will lose all the damage you've been storing up for the last 5 minutes. So even though I will keep Avenging Truth on my Silva and Aegis, it's because of the Truth effect. That's pretty much it. And that's it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.